I'm Harry Annison. I'm a Professor of Criminal Justice at Southampton Law School at the University of Southampton. And broadly, my area of interest is criminal justice. In particular, my work focuses on parole and the probation service. And over more than a decade now, I've studied in detail the policymaking processes that lead into particular criminal justice outcomes. So our project, Rehabilitating Probation, is a 3-year ESRC funded project, which has examined a really dramatic time in the life of the probation service in England and Wales, where the probation service was part privatised and marketised over a decade ago now. And that was seen as fundamentally failing and led to the full-scale renationalisation of probation by 2021. So our project tracks through this period of considerable change and churn and challenge, really, for probation services at all levels, from national leaders trying to navigate and direct this process through to practitioners on the ground who are experiencing it, and indeed people on probation who are experiencing that supervision and the work of probation, as well as a set of wider stakeholders. So 3 key findings from our project is one, that structural change just has an enormous impact on practitioners in particular and leaders involved in an organisation. And this is particularly the case with the cumulative impact of a series of ongoing structural changes across maybe many years or even decades, such as experienced by the probation service. So that makes it really difficult to engage in high quality practice against that backdrop. Second, one thing that's really struck us through the project is the fact that you can't take formal milestones for granted. So there might be formal markers by which change has happened, a reform programme has finished, but for people working within the organisation, that doesn't necessarily align at all, and that has important impacts in terms of how you can support your staff along that journey. And third, in terms of the external legitimacy of a public service like probation, then structural change can help with that. So many wider stakeholders, such as elements of the judiciary or the police, liked the fact that probation was now a public service again, was not privatised. But equally, these kind of structural challenges and the impacts they pose on practice that I've noted can really impact on what we could call pragmatic legitimacy. So the ability of a service to consistently deliver a good service. And that can really make it challenging for a service with its wider stakeholders and its legitimacy. One thing that's come through this research again and again is the need to really centre on the purpose of a service like probation, and to be centred on the craft, the underlying on-the-ground practice that its professionals are engaged in. Because this level of work and focus on structural reforms really pulls an organisation and pulls practitioners away from that. So our ongoing efforts at engaging with stakeholders and pressing the implications of our work is to re-centre the debates, re-centre the efforts upon the practice that is at the core of an organisation like probation. With this project, what's been fantastic is the level of engagement by people working within the probation service. So we've been really lucky to engage a lot at the local and regional levels in terms of trying to support the kind of discussions that we've encouraged around craft and in terms of progressing on the purpose of the service. We've also been able to really press those at the national level, trying to feed back and having opportunities to feed back the views from the ground, if you like, up to the highest level of power holders within the Ministry of Justice and the wider probation field. And finally, it's been really great to start to draw out the wider implications for debates around public sector reform, which is quite a salient topic at the moment, around questions of renationalisation and devolution. And we've engaged with, for example, the Institute for Government and other think tanks around those wider questions, of which our particular criminal justice study is an interesting and important case study. So I think there's a lot more scope there to engage in those wider debates.